Hey, you know what? Why don't you do the intro?
Hi, I'm Dalton Camoso, and this is another Backwards Hat episode.
Psych! Hey guys, what's up? This is Dalton from Backwards Hat Movies, alongside one of my best friends, Tommy Bailey, right here, okay? We're going to be doing a discussion video of Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Sounds fantastic. That's right, guys. This is my first discussion video on a movie, but I figured because it's Age of Ultron, it's one of the biggest movies of the year, we got to do something kind of cool. So I invited Tommy to do the video with me because he's a charismatic son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly. In this video, we're going to cover a couple topics on the movie, which is going to be the action in the movie, the superheroes and how they meshed and their chemistry, and of course, Ultron. We got to talk about Ultron because he was fantastic, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it about the action. How do you think the action was in the movie?
The action was fantastic because it was so consistent the entire time.
Absolutely.
You don't get bored during the movie.
No.
It's perfect.
It's 2.5 hours of just non-stop action, and the one part that slows it down has, I think, a really good amount of heart into it, and it's not slowing the movie down. It doesn't grind to a halt like you would think in these action movies, but the action is just like pulse-pounding, crazy-ass action.
I agree.
Now, I think one of the main things that made the first movie so good is the fact that the superheroes, even though there were 6 of them in the new Avengers team from the movie The Avengers, is that they all meshed so well.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They all found their own ways to come together from their own stories, which was fantastic.
Yeah, and I like how Joss Whedon in the first movie gave them, I think, like very equal screen time.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. Now, did the same thing happen in Age of Ultron? Because we got 5, if you count them right, 5 new superheroes, if you include Falcon being in it from The Winter Soldier and War Machine from Iron Man 3.
Right, and in my personal opinion, first of all, I'll say there's not enough of the Hulk, ever.
No,
you can
never
get
enough
Hulk.
I completely agree. There was even a part in the movie, though, halfway through, I was watching it, and I actually turned to, I was in the movie theater with Jake, and I went, you know, where's Thor? I haven't seen Thor in a while. And it had been like a half hour since I'd seen any Thor, and I'm like, I love Thor. Why is he not here, you know?
Absolutely. I was watching an interview on this, and Joss Whedon said one of his biggest mistakes in this entire movie was not having enough shirtless Thor. He actually said that. He said he knows where his money comes from.
You gotta utilize the Hemsworth.
You know, sex sells.
And I think one of the big reasons that that the chemistry was kind of lost is because the movie is about as long as the first Avengers.
Yeah.
But now you've added Falcon, War Machine, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. Right. And Vision is a big character.
Massive.
Huge character because of how powerful he is.
Right.
Yeah, so when you have 11 superheroes and you need to mesh them all together and make them share screen time, someone's going to get lost.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that Vision, when he does come into the film, he's there, and then it jumps over to something else, and you're like, all right, what's Vision doing right now?
I want to see Vision now. Yeah. Because he's such an interesting character. Speaking of Vision, I want to mention who I believe is the unsung hero of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is from Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, Avengers 1, and this film, is Paul Bettany as Jarvis, and now Vision.
Right.
He's such a fantastic actor. And finally now, I feel like some people don't even know that he's Jarvis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see? And he's been along for the ride, been there every step of the way, doing most of the jokes with Tony.
Yeah.
You know? And no one even acknowledges, like, I love Jarvis, I love Paul Bettany. But they're just like, I love Robert Downey Jr., which there's nothing wrong with a good amount of RDJ.
Oh, no.
You know?
No.
But it was good to see him actually get screen time now.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to talk about the flip side of the superheroes, and that, of course, means Ultron.
Absolutely.
How was Ultron as a villain in this movie?
3 words for Ultron. He is incredibly smart, incredibly badass, and incredibly funny.
Yes, he was fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
James Spader was amazing. You know, apparently there was this thing that was like posting on Facebook and posting on like YouTube about how his first turn as Ultron, when he was done with his first day, the entire cast was there and they stood up and stopped the screening and was like, they fucking applauded. They're like, are you kidding?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, he was hilarious. My favorite part, and this isn't spoiling anything, but just to show off his dark humor, is when he goes and he's trying to find vibranium, just in case, you know, and he goes, the most viable substance on the planet, and they used it to build a frisbee. It's like, what? Quick question for you, Tommy.
Yes.
Okay. Who was a better villain, Ultron or Loki?
I'm going to say Ultron.
Ultron.
I'm going to say Ultron.
Why are you going to say Ultron?
Just for the specific fact that it's something new. You didn't expect Ultron to have the personality that he has.
Absolutely not.
And it's great. And the effects, I'm just going to throw out there that the effects of Ultron are spectacular.
Are fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
When he shoots red lightning out of his fingers, I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, did I like Ultron more than Loki? Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
I love Loki. I love Tom Hiddleston as Loki. I hope to see him throughout the rest of the Marvel movies, all the way through Infinity War Part 2. But Ultron was amazing.
Yeah.
There's something about a dude who just knows that he has power.
Oh my god.
Like, Loki has power, obviously, but he's a god, so it's kind of like you know already. It's like, but Ultron came from not having a body, and now it's like every time that you kill his body, he's instantly in another one.
Yeah.
How do you beat that?
You don't. You know?
You don't. And like, he's so menacing. And basically for me, it's the part where which is in the trailer, so isn't spoiling anything, but where he's in his little, I'll say cathedral in his throne when Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver come to see him. And you just see like the one hand and he's like giving the puppet speech.
Right.
And then she's like trying to read him, and he's like, are you wondering why you can't get inside my head? And she's like, yes, in her weird accent. I can't do it. But then he stands up and he's Ultron, and he's like a big metal robot, and you're like, holy shit, this guy is menacing and fantastic.
This is gonna happen.
It's gonna be
That's
great.
exactly what you think.
Yeah.
All right, this is happening. All right, Dalton, here is a very hard question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Which Avengers movie was better and why?
Shit. I'm going to say that by a small margin, Avengers 1 is better of the two.
Wow.
And the reason I'm saying that is because it was unlike any superhero movie we'd ever seen.
Okay.
Because we've never seen a movie where 6 individual badass superheroes came together and meshed so perfectly like they did in Avengers 1. So that doesn't mean that Avengers 2 is having anything taken away from it, because it's like, oh, well, we've seen that shit before and now it's just a big action fest. No, there's a good plot to this movie. There's heart in the movie, and you get... I honestly forgot about how funny the Avengers 1 was going into this movie, and then I was laughing half of the movie because it's a really great, funny movie, but it's full of action. But I will say Avengers 1.
Okay.
Now,
Respectful.
son of a bitch, what is your favorite Avengers movie, 1 or 2?
I think I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
Ooh, I
and
like
I'm going to say Avengers 2.
Nice.
And I think it's the taste for curiosity. You have Avengers 1. You absolutely love it.
Yes.
But what's next? You need more. You can't stop at Avengers 1, and they give you everything that you want in Avengers 2. They give you a little more deeper into each personality of each hero.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, the relationships that you see building between each hero.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see what's between each one.
And on that topic that you say we're building more story,
Right.
I think no one got their story built up more or had more importance in Age of Ultron than Hawkeye.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Which is great to see, because in the first one, Black Widow and Hawkeye, they don't have, say, superhuman abilities. They do to some extent because they're both like master assassins, but as far as like who could hold their own against Hulk,
Right.
they are definitely bottom of the totem pole. Except for, well, Black Widow. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, because of this movie, we
Right.
found some stuff out, if you know what I'm saying.
Stuff.
But to give Hawkeye so much importance in this movie was, I think, a perfect move.
Absolutely.
Because Jeremy Renner's a great actor, and we got to see it, and they explored more of his backstory, which is great.
Absolutely. And during the first Avengers, Hawkeye, I mean, he was there, but he was almost blank space. Like,
Yeah.
you're watching him and you're like, oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
Hawkeye. And what else is he going to do? And it doesn't give you that.
I know. He just kind of is an amazing archer, but other than
Right.
that, that's pretty much all he's doing, you know?
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see him get a lot of screen time in this movie.
I agree.
All right, now the final part of the video. How would you rate Age of Ultron? Let's do a scale of 1 to 1,000.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 1,000, I would rate the Avengers 2 987.3.
Whoa.
Yes.
That is up there, dude.
It is.
Give an example of what a 1,000 rating movie would be.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Superhero movie, if you can. Or is this the best superhero movie you've ever seen?
Well, you're throwing
Sorry.
fastballs at me.
Too many questions.
No. Okay, so if you were to take Avengers 1, Avengers 2, and throw in a dash of Planet of the Apes 2, the remake, you're going to get a 1,000. Like,
I see what you're saying.
Can you...
I understand you now.
Yeah.
I would say Avengers 2 gets, out of 1 to 1,000, a 925.8.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That matters.
That does matter. It's over. It's over a 900. Okay, that's pretty big.
Well, yeah.
Now, a 1,000 movie for me would be, obviously, my favorite movie of all time is The Dark Knight. So I would say The Dark Knight would be a 1,000 rating for me. Or, like you said, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That for me was a 1,000. But that's another video for another day, if you so wish. Okay.
All right.
So, thank you for joining us on Backwards Hat Movies. This is Tommy Bailey. I'm Dalton. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.